As I stood at the foot of the towering mountain, its peak obscured by a blanket of thick, swirling clouds, I felt a rush of excitement and fear course through my veins. This was it, the moment I had been waiting for all my life. The moment that would define who I was and who I could become. My journey to greatness was about to begin. I grew up in a small town nestled between rolling hills and endless fields of golden corn. Life was simple, and dreams were big. From a young age, I had this fire within me, a burning desire to achieve something extraordinary. It wasn't easy being a small-town kid with audacious dreams, but I was determined to make my mark on the world. One summer, while flipping through the pages of a National Geographic magazine, I stumbled upon a photograph that changed my life. It was a breathtaking image of a mountain that seemed to touch the sky. The caption read, "Mount Everest, the roof of the world." In that moment, I knew what I had to do. I had to climb that mountain. The journey from a small town to the world's highest peak was far from straightforward. I faced skepticism from family and friends who couldn't understand why I'd leave behind a comfortable life for such a perilous adventure. But I knew that greatness lay beyond my comfort zone. I began my training, both physically and mentally. I climbed every hill and peak within 100 miles, preparing myself for the ultimate challenge. I studied every book on mountaineering I could find, learning the intricacies of rope work, ice axes, and survival at high altitudes. Years passed, and I saved every penny, working odd jobs and scrimping on expenses. The day finally arrived when I stood at the base of Mount Everest, surrounded by fellow adventurers from around the world. The mountain's sheer size was humbling, and I questioned my abilities. But then I remembered the small-town kid who dared to dream big, and I pressed on. The climb was grueling, pushing me to my physical and mental limits. There were moments when I questioned my decision, moments when I felt the bone-chilling cold seep into my bones, and moments when the thin air threatened to steal my breath. But I persisted, one step at a time, one challenge at a time. And then, after weeks of struggle and countless obstacles, I reached the summit. The feeling of standing on top of the world, with the clouds beneath my feet and the sun on my face, was indescribable. Tears of joy mingled with the snow on my cheeks as I realized that I had achieved the impossible. As I gazed out at the vast expanse of the world below, I understood that greatness wasn't just about conquering mountains. It was about conquering oneself. It was about the relentless pursuit of a dream, the unwavering belief that anything was possible, and the courage to face adversity head-on. That day on Mount Everest, I learned that the journey to greatness wasn't about where you came from or the obstacles in your path. It was about the fire in your heart, the determination in your soul, and the unwavering belief that you could achieve the extraordinary. As I descended from the summit, I knew that my journey was far from over. There were more mountains to climb, more dreams to chase, and more greatness to achieve. But I also knew that I was capable of reaching any summit, no matter how high or how challenging. So, to all the young dreamers out there, I say this: dream big, work hard, and never be afraid to climb your own Everest. The journey to greatness may be tough, but the view from the top is worth every step of the climb. And that, my friends, is the story of how I conquered not just a mountain but my own doubts and limitations. But this is only the beginning of our incredible journey together. If you've been inspired by this tale of resilience and determination, don't just leave it at that. Drop a comment below and let me know about your own Everest, your own dream that keeps you up at night. Let's inspire each other to reach new heights. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community of dreamers and doers. Together, we'll chase our wildest aspirations and prove that greatness knows no bounds. So, subscribe now, because the next adventure is just around the corner, waiting for us to seize it. Remember, our dreams are only as big as our courage to pursue them. Stay tuned, stay fearless, and let's conquer our Everest together.